Welcome once again to the third batch of the Bachelor of Software Engineering program in 2021. In this video, we will learn how to access the learning management system known as the LMS for your program, and also how to access and complete the English grading test, which has to be done before you begin your English program. Just to remind ourselves where we are, registration was completed by the 18th of November. It has been delayed for various reasons. The next step is the Start at OUSL program, which has two main components: the EGAP, English for General Academic Purposes, which begins on the 27th of November, and Empowerment for Independent Learning, EFIL, which begins on the 6th of December. Now, to start the English course, first today on the 24th of November, we have an English grading test. And in this video, we will tell you how to access the English grading test. The test will be available the whole day today until 10 o'clock at night. It is a 1-hour test. You have to find time to do it today. The inauguration of the BSc program for your batch is tomorrow, the 25th of November. And at that inauguration, we will discuss the rest of the learning management system. At the moment, only the English course will be visible to you. So in this video, we will begin by telling you how to activate your Open University Gmail address. All our students are given an Open University Gmail address, and you have to use that Gmail address as your main means of communication with the university. That's very important. You have to maintain that Gmail address. You have to look at the email on it every day and use it to communicate with us. You can also use the learning management system, because when you use these two methods, we know exactly who you are without having to worry about looking at your name or your NIC number or anything like that. The next thing in this video will be how to log into the learning management system and select basic settings that are useful for all the courses. And then finally, how to access the English language grading test, which is on the learning management system. It is available today and it is there. I will show you how to access it and start working on it. You have to do it in 1 hour. Just to tell you what's going to happen after the grading test. Once the grading test is completed and we have the results, we will tell you to select groups for your English program. Group selection will be through the LMS. It's not available yet, but it will be soon, and video instructions on how to select the groups will be given. The groups will be based on grading test results. You cannot start your English program or any part of Start at OUSL until you take the grading test. So you have to do that today. For the English classes, you will have a choice of weekday evenings or weekends. Before we begin to set up your Open University Gmail account, you have to understand about your student ID number. Your student identification number in the Open University is known as the S number. This S number is very important also. It is the basis for your Gmail address and your LMS account. Your S number would have been included in the email that had the link for this video. However, you can also check your S number in the spreadsheet that was attached to that email. I will show you that spreadsheet in a minute. This spreadsheet has your name, initials and last name, and the S number. The spelling of the name is as you have entered it during the application, because that list comes from the IT system. If you do not have your S number, please email bscreg@ousl.lk immediately, and we will try to help you. But it is very important that you let us know immediately, because the English grading test has to be done today. This is the spreadsheet that you have got with the email from us, and if you don't know your S number, for some reason it is not in the email, or even if it is, please check here. This is in order of the S number and then the name. Now if you don't know your S number, you will have to check with your name. You should remember the name that you gave the application form, and then you can find your S number, right? It's very important, because as you will see in the next section, the S number is the basis for your Gmail address and your LMS account. The next thing I want to talk about is the help desk. So we have set up a help desk to assist people who have problems. This is the first page of the help desk. This is a work in progress. It is being developed every day. And one thing we are working on is translations to Sinhala and Tamil for those whose English is still not as good as it should be. Right? We will come back to the help desk later. In the meantime, let us continue. Now, to activate your Open University Gmail account, you have to go to Gmail, and your account has already been created. The username is your S number, which is S case sensitive. That means that it doesn't matter if you use a simple S or a capital S here, and also in this part. The default password is your national identity card number. Now the default password is case sensitive, and in this case, unlike in the previous site where you obtain your student number, here you have to use lowercase v if your NIC number has a V in it, right? And the help desk already has a link to show you how to do this. I will just have a quick look at that link. Here it is, how to log into OUSL email account, and let us open it here, and you will see a little animated GIF that quickly runs through the steps of how to enter your account. Here in this case, the person who made this is entering some other account, but you have to put in your S number at ousl.lk as I have given the instructions, and you have to put in the default password. Now immediately after this, you will note that first a new password is created. As you can see, and then a recovery phone number and a recovery email are added. You have to do this. We cannot help you if you lose access to your Gmail account. We can help you, but we don't want to help you. Shall we put it that way? If you lose access to your Gmail account, we hope that you have understood how to be safe on the internet and set these recovery methods, right? So when you set the recovery methods, it sends you a code to the mobile phone number and to the email address, because Google is checking about it. And then, so please review this GIF very carefully on the help desk and follow all the steps to set up your account. As we saw in the animation, you must change your password immediately. New passwords are case sensitive. It matters whether you use capital or simple letters. Remembering this password is your responsibility, but as we forget things, you should immediately set up a recovery email address and recovery mobile phone number, so that if you forget your password, you can recover it without wasting the time of the staff in the center. Don't forget that we have near 2,500 students, and if even 250 of them forget their passwords, that's a lot of work for somebody. Now that we have covered how to access and activate your Open University Gmail account, let us move on to how to access and activate your account on the Learning Management System. The website is given here, cites.openlearn.lk, and here to log in, your username is now only your S number. Before, it was your Gmail address had your S number and @ousl.lk. For the LMS, don't get confused. Your username is only your S number. For example, S followed by 8 digits, whatever has been assigned to you. The username now is not case sensitive, just like the Gmail address. Your initial password is your NIC number. For example, 9 digits and a capital V, or for those born after year 2000, there are more digits. Now let us go to a browser and, using an example account, show you how to log in and activate and configure your LMS account. And we have to put in our web address. Now I should remind you here that there is also a mobile app. By the way, the software that we are using for the LMS is known as Moodle, and there is also a mobile app for Moodle. I will write it down here. This is the name of the software. It is free and open source software. When you access through the mobile app, if you do it for the first time, it will redirect you to a browser because you have to reset your password as you log in for the first time. Once you do that, you can log in through the app directly to your account without using a web browser if that is convenient for you. So here we have accessed the LMS, but we are not logged in, so we have to go to login here. And as I said, you have to use your S number as your username. In this example video, one of your fellow students has been kind enough to allow me to use his account to show you how the LMS looks, because it looks different for teachers and for students. So we will use his S number and his NIC number to log in. I will not save it, but if you like, you can save it when you log in for your account on your computer or your phone on a web browser. So now we have come to a particular account. In this case, our friend Zakir, who has allowed me to use his account. The very first thing that you have to do is to change your password. That is mandatory. You cannot go to any other part of the LMS without doing that. This is to make sure that you and only you have control of your account. After that, control of your account is your responsibility. If somebody else uses your account to do something that is against our policies, you will be responsible. So that is very important for you to understand. So here I will reset the password. Of course, I will be sending this new password also to Zakir, otherwise he cannot access his account. It asks for the old password and the new password. And we will save changes. Once again, I'm not saving it here. So the password has been changed. Now, before we go any further, I want to show you how to reset your password if you forget this password. Because we do not want you to bother us. There are several thousand students in this program, and if many of them lose their passwords and ask us to reset the password, we cannot do our other work. So if you lose your password, for that, let us show you how it works. There is a password reset option. We'll log out and let us log in once again. So if you have forgotten your password, you can click on forgotten your username or password here. And you can search by username, or you can search by the email address that is associated with your LMS account. Now, the email address that is located with your LMS account is your official Open University Gmail address, not your personal Gmail address. Okay, so it is important first to activate that Gmail address before trying this password reset. If you ask for the reset will go to that account. If that account is not accessible to you, then you will not be able to reset. That is why the information was given to you at the beginning. So we can search by username here, and in this case we can use the S number that is Zakir's S number. Or we can put in the email address which is his official Gmail address. In this case, I will search and click here. Then you get a message saying that if you supplied the correct username or email address, then an email should be sent to you with instructions how to change the password. Okay, so I have also been given kindly by Zakir access to his official Gmail account, so I can go there immediately and we should see an email coming. Here we go. Immediately an email has come, password reset request. So you have to click on this link, and once again you come to the page where you reset your password. So I will set another password now and save the changes. Once again, of course, I am not setting it here. So now before we go to the other course, I want to discuss two very important things which I should probably have told you at the beginning. You should edit your profile. Click on profile and click on edit profile. You will have this section here. Your name and your email address cannot be changed by you. This is because we have to keep track of you by the name that you have given to our registration section. That is your official name when you are at the Open University, and we cannot give you your marks and your certificate properly if we lose track of who you are. But there are a few other things that you can change. For example, whether or not you want other people to see your email address. What they will see is not your private email address, but your Open University email address. You can add a description about yourself if you like. But what I recommend that everybody does is to add a little picture of themselves. Here it says maximum file size 20 megabytes. Please do not add a 20 megabyte picture, since it's going to be very small picture appearing. Even 50 kilobytes or even 25, maximum 100 kilobytes should be well more than is necessary to show your picture, so that your face will come with your posting and your name. That makes it more friendly. Some people put in other icons. If you are going to do that, please do not select something that other people will find offensive, but you are free to select any image you want so long as it's not offensive. That's very important. If we think it's offensive, we will take action and you may have a problem with us. Once you have done these changes, you must click on update profile, otherwise the changes will not be saved. Similarly, the other thing you must do is go to your preferences page. There are many preferences here, but I will discuss only one that is important for your use of the LMS. There are many others which may or may not be important. You can explore these things. It's very important to understand that you cannot make any huge problem for the LMS. You cannot break the LMS. As students, you are allowed to change things which are within your control, will not make a difference to the LMS. So you can go in and make some change and see what happens, whether there is a difference in what you see. Here I want to point out about these forum preferences, because the discussion forums are a very important part of this LMS and how we will use it. If you do not always log into the LMS, you should select notification to your email. So you can either select a single email per forum post, or you can select daily email with full posts or daily email with subjects only. I recommend very much that you take only one daily email with only the subjects. Once you see that, you can decide whether it's something important for you that you want to go to the LMS and look at it. If you select an email for every post somebody makes on a forum, then you will get lots of emails. So that's not practical. Then the other thing is, of course, you must subscribe to the forums that you post, otherwise you will not see. So here forum auto subscribe. It's very important. You have a choice of whether or not to subscribe to forums if you want the notifications to come. But obviously if you post, you must be subscribed to it. Then it's also useful sometimes to keep track of what you have already seen. Select this, new post will be highlighted. And here when the forum post notification comes, probably it's better to say, do not mark the post as read. And I will save these changes. Of course, Zakir can come and change them back if he. Now that we have understood how to configure our learning management system account and set its password and do all the basic functions with the LMS, let us now go back to the English grading test. I will show you the login again, though you may already be logged in. So the login is sai@openlearn.lk, and if you go there, of course, you will find various things here. You will not see all of these things because you are students with limited access. I will log in as a student. So I am logging in with a student account, not with my account. And again, this student account sees lots of courses. Many courses are here, but you will only see this course, Start at OUSL Batch 3, the English program. You will not see anything else for the moment. Do not write to us and say that you cannot see other courses. These other courses will be made visible after the inauguration tomorrow. You have this whole page here, but you have to go down to the grading test that is here. Grading test 24th November 2021. Right? most of the other stuff is not available yet. Now if you click on the link that came in the email, you will come straight here. So when you click on this, you will be given, and you can click on this also, you are given all the instructions. You must read them very carefully. The test is open until 10 o'clock in the night today, right? And it's very important to do this test in one sitting. Once you start, you have to complete in 1 hour. If you stop and you try to come back later, your test will close in 1 hour. Whether you have finished or not, whatever you have done will be saved and the test will be closed. Please do not write to us saying that you started the test and something happened. That is your responsibility. We have to be fair by all the students. Just complete the test, find a good time when you won't be interrupted and you have the time, put your telephone off and answer the test. Right? You see, attempts allowed, only one attempt. Once you start it and you go away and it closes, you cannot come back. So do not write to us saying, I want to do the test again. It is not possible, right? It's extremely important to read these instructions. As the student I am logged in, I will attempt the quiz now. You see, again, it's warning you. When you start, the timer will begin and cannot be paused. You must finish your attempt before it expires. So whether you answer the questions or not, in 1 hour your access will end, right? Very important to understand that, and don't start until you are free. If you think you are not free or some disturbance will happen, you click cancel and you go back here. Once you start the attempt, you will see the questions. You see your timer is clicking down already, and there are several pages in this test. You can go from page to page up to 12 pages. So you have to do this quickly. And the questions are multiple choice. In this example, you have to select one of these and for the suitable thing to fill it. So once it appears here, it is you have answered this question. Okay. Once you answer all the questions, you can click next page. And when you go to the last page, when you think you have finished answering all the questions, you can click submit, right? Or you can click finish attempt here. It's the last page. In this page, you have to write a sentence as the answer here. Sentences are given and you have to choose one of them, right? So that is how this works. In this case, it's going out to the side. You need to go down here to find the button, and then at the last page, of course, you get this finish attempt. So I will now click finish attempt because this is just a dummy student account. Once I click finish attempt, you will see that the summary is there. I have time left. My time is still going on. I can go back and finish if I want, or I will click submit all and finish, which you have to do at the end. Okay. If you don't click this, after 1 hour, the system will do it for you. So I'm clicking submit all and finish, and give me a warning. You will no longer be able to answer the questions again. Right. Now it takes me back to the test, but it tells me no more attempts are allowed. Right. So please watch this carefully and make sure that you only start when you have 1 hour free time to complete the quiz. Thank you.